Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are Mira Kim and Carrie Boston from Red Cedar Chamber Music. If you're watching the video, you can see they're joining me from their home in Iowa City. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
You have your final set of concerts coming up beginning the 18th of June, and they will feature what I think, and you mentioned too, is the largest ensemble Red Cedar Chamber has ever put on a stage. So you're taking advantage of some outdoor locations and big stages to put, in essence, a chamber big band together.
We've broken all of Red Cedar Chamber Music's rules. First,
We're performing in June, first of
yeah,
all.
we're performing outside.
We're using some amplification
And-
at the loud part.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's blasphemous, really.
and it's not
they'll
even
they'll
really
kick you out of the union for that.
yeah, and it's not even really chamber music. But you know, we when we had to redesign the spring half of our season, we really thought about pushing it as late as possible so that we would have a chance to perform outside, so that we could have the best chance of possible of reaching a live audience, whether it was outside or inside or anything. And just given what we've done this season and sort of the limited number of performances that we've been able to do, we had a little extra money in our budget for guest artists. Because normally we do 15, 20 performances of a concert, and we did two for Holidays with Wolfgang and four or five for Dynamic Duo. So we had a little
And
extra
your
money.
guests have been your sons who work cheap.
Right, right. And then in this last concert, we expanded our family to include Katja Moeller, who's a wonderful 17-year-old Iowa City violinist. But we thought, gosh, there are all these young people who we have worked with over the
Or
years,
mentored or
and wouldn't
watched
it,
grow up, in fact.
yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have some of them back and to do something, fun with them, and to do something that they would really remember? Because for all of us, of course, the pandemic has been traumatic, and we're all sort of exhausted and having a hard time coming to terms with normalcy now. And
And most classical musicians have had zero to very few performance opportunities. We, of course, at Red Cedar, with our special situation, our sons quarantining together, we've been able to perform all season, but most musicians have not been able to. So we thought this was a perfect opportunity to offer something, of course, to the community, but also to these musicians.
yeah.
Difficult enough for a seasoned musician to deal with this, but imagine if you're a young musician just trying to get started in your career and all of a sudden no gigs.
Nothing. Yes.
Exactly. But we're thrilled. We're bringing in, well, it's a chamber orchestra of 11 players. There will be six violinists, two violists, two cellists, and a bassist.
Now,
And
is that a you is that a an ensemble? Did you make that up, or is that an ensemble that is used in chamber music when you
So,
have those musicians?
I mean, it's a small chamber orchestra, and I would say it's sort of the perfect size for a Baroque chamber orchestra. The only thing it's missing is a harpsichord, which we're omitting, obviously due to logistical concerns. But it is a very typical size Baroque chamber orchestra, and so there'll be for a concerto grosso.
well, we should mention that our program is going to feature four concerti grossi, and concerto grosso is a very standard Baroque form. And we're doing three Baroque concerti grossi by Vivaldi, Handel, and Corelli, and then we're adding in a new commission by our composer in residence, Michael Kimber. He also titled it Concerto Grosso, but it's Concerto Grosso DSCH, which means he played on the notes of Shostakovich's initials as thematic material. So it's much more, it has the form of a concerto grosso, but tonality wise, it's very modern.
Shostakovich used his initials in his music a lot. D, and then S is the symbol for E flat, and then C, and then H is the symbol for B natural. So it's
Sing it.
D, E flat, C, B, bum 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 bum. So it appears in a lot of his works. And we knew that we wanted to do these three Baroque concerti grossi. And gosh, Michael Kimber has been the best composer in residence on the planet for the pandemic, because he's responded. We've changed our plan. We've changed our programming plan. He's written music that we're not going to premiere until 2023 suddenly.
Yeah.
And he's been flexible. And so I said, Michael, would you write us a concerto grosso? Consider using the DSCH for a motive. And literally he said, oh, sure. And turned it around in like 3 or 4 weeks. He really got going. And it's a very fun piece. We actually already played it in the spirit of
Well, I haven't played it.
Well-
It's been performed. The world premiere has been given.
the Prusel School of Music's graduating class 2021 actually played this piece, because they've lost a whole year. These high school seniors, no graduations. I mean, like, it's been really difficult, and they didn't have orchestra all year. So we offered it to the Prusel School graduating class to give the premiere of, and we did that at the Englert March 23rd. I conducted, and our son Oliver was a member of the graduating class, so he got to play the first violin solo, and that's what Mira will be playing for the concert.
I hope I do a better job.
I think you will. So we have actually 3 sets of soloists. Mira and Katja Moller are playing the Vivaldi Concerto Grosso and the Kimber Concerto Grosso, and then our friend Hoi Ting Davidson, who was someone we worked with. I worked with in high school, and Mira worked with really throughout her college years.
When she would be back in town, on summer break or winter break.
And she's the soloist for a Corelli Concerto Grosso with her fiance, who's also a very fine violinist who studied at Rice in Texas, Andrew Dunlap. And then the Handel Concerto Grosso, our wonderful young friend Hannah Duncan, who is now a sophomore at the Cleveland Institute of Music, but grew up in Belle Plaine, Iowa. And she's someone we have worked with in lots of different capacities while she was studying privately with John Schultz. And so Hannah is the soloist with her former teacher, John Schultz, the president of Schultz Strings. So we're really excited about those 3 pairings, and we're really excited to be able to relax and play. We can't do anything about the weather. It appears that it's going to be good. We just decided we would just finish the season with as much fun as we could have, and frankly, less pressure than we've all felt for the last 15 months.
4 performances, correct?
Yes, 3 of them outdoors.
The first one will be Friday evening, June
18th.
at the Lau Park Klopfenstein Amphitheater, and we're encouraging at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
And we're encouraging everyone to bring their own blanket or chair, and of course, no rain date, and you can just show up and enjoy. Same for Saturday, June 19th. We'll be giving 2 separate performances from our front porch here in Iowa City. And people can just, place themselves on the lawn. We're actually going to be able to close off that block and clear out some of the cars. So it should be a little bit of a block party feeling all day Saturday, June 19th. People can come at 1 o'clock or 3:30. And then our most formal, for sure, performance will not get rained out. We'll be at the Englert on Sunday, the 20th, 3 p.m. We're asking for reservations for people to reserve tickets just so we have a sense of how many will be there. It's free, just like all the other events, but we can only have a maximum of 75 people wearing masks and distancing themselves on the main floor.
And
But
that
there's still plenty of room for that.
yeah, and that performance, it will be live streamed
As well,
as
yeah.
well. But the other ones are just a live performance. And we're thrilled to be able to provide, even though people have been planning ahead, and the municipal band has come back, and we're seeing some really fun outdoor events, and we're so thrilled to be able to add to that so that people have some options for getting back to enjoying live music.
And gatherings
Yeah.
in some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I see somebody, I say it's nice to see you, and then in my mind I'm thinking it's just nice to see anybody.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
It's music by the Gross, 4 performances, Concerti Grossi. I just had to get the Italian in there because I would feel like a lurch if I didn't join in. With several free performances, only one of which will be indoors, and you can get details on all of those at your website, and also the live stream link if you are going to watch the Engelert concert on Sunday afternoon. And that website is
www.redcedar.org.
Mira Kim and Carrie Boston from Red Cedar Chamber Music. Well, congratulations, to you and to all of us for surviving the pandemic and finding a way to keep art and performances going. And here's hoping that when we gather again in the fall, things will look a lot more normal.
We hope so too, Dennis. Thanks for all your help.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, redcedar.org if you'd like more information or details on any of these performances or anything Red Cedar does. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most Thursdays and Fridays, and the occasional Tuesday in the summer at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.